Welcome back to House Guest with me, Hailey Fennel. I'm a psychic medium, and this is the podcast that connects you to the other side. Today, I give a reading to Janet. She is a part of the College of Charleston Research Study Readings. Thank you, College of Charleston, and thank you, Dr. Beth Sundstrom and Dr. Melinda Rothaus. If you guys want to be a part of the research readings, you can listen here. The next time that I open up spots will be right here on House Guest. And thank you, Janet. I know that you guys are going to really enjoy this reading. We connect in with her partner, her stepson, her mom, and her aunt, who was very much like a mom to her. And thank you, Janet, for being so open. I can't wait to hear more about what you do. And you guys, she didn't give us a place to follow, but if she does when she's ready, we'll add it right here on House Guest. Hope that you guys enjoy. Welcome back to House Guest with me, Hailey Fennel. I'm a psychic medium, and this is the podcast that connects you to the other side. Today, I'm sitting with Janet. She is a part of the College of Research that we're doing. She's one of the sitters that I get to have, and I'm giving her a reading. Thank you so much for being here, Janet, and for participating in it.
This is fun. Thank you.
And let's see, we had hopped on just like a few minutes before this, but you said that you haven't had all that much experience with psychics. Have you ever had a reading before?
Yes, but it's been a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. That's perfect. I'm going to close my eyes a good bit in readings, and I'm just going to see like whoever or whatever information wants to come through. I'm going to be really just like open and honest about whatever comes. All of that said, when I get messages from the other side or from your own soul or from guides who are on the other side, they are all really positive and supportive and loving. Mm-hmm. It is not meant to be anything that scares us because they want to make sure that we are moving forward on our path. So that's how I receive messages. I know that you mentioned that you are quite intuitive yourself, which I love. This is kind of the coolest part about readings is anything I say, trust your intuition around it. I might not know exactly what it is that I'm saying or who it is that I'm with, but hopefully you will know, and your intuition with that is way more important than mine. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eyes. You're welcome to close your eyes too if you want, but you can also leave them open. It works either way. And it is just going to be for a little bit. It's just a little breathing exercise to get us started. And just start imagining that our souls are meeting and connecting. Imagine that we're in a really big, wide open field. And we're coming closer and closer. And as we're coming closer, imagine that we're starting to communicate without having to talk. That there's just things we know about each other. And we're here to support one another. And then imagine that anyone and everyone you know who has passed away and is on the other side is coming forward. Imagine that they see, hear, and know everything that's happening in your life right now. And then just take a really big, deep breath. And imagine them coming closer with all of the love and support you need to see, hear, and know today. Imagine that they come so close, you might even start to feel them in the room with you. You might start to just be aware of their presence nearby. And then just take a really big, deep breath. And as you imagine them coming even a little bit closer, knowing that your connection to them is just as strong as mine. And then just take one more big, deep breath. You can open your eyes when you want. I'm going to open mine too. You're going to see me looking down a little bit. And all I'm doing is kind of like drawing, doodling, taking notes. You have like kind of quite a few people on the other side that show up. I am recognizing some grandparents that are on the other side, but then I'm also recognizing who I believe to be mom that's on the other side. Does that make sense to you? Mm-hmm. There's also like a very strong male presence that comes forward, and that feels like he comes kind of right here for me. That could be like partner or son for me. Does that make sense to you? Oh, yeah. Who is that to you?
My husband.
Your husband. This kind of like deep, like this is why I said partner or son. I'm going to explain it because some people listen to the podcast and are like, ooh, it was like someone laying on my chest all of a sudden. Like I could imagine either a partner or a son doing that just right there. And it feels really good. Like that's where I want to be. I want to like lay down right there on you, and I want to be really, really close with you. Are you okay if I connect in with husband even more?
Oh
He's
yeah.
just
Oh yeah.
like a
Absolutely.
little bit
It could be
closer.
my stepson too. So yeah, it's
Oh,
either.
lovely. And sometimes they'll have like come in together. When they're like, there's those two feelings. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna focus on husband though. Just first. We're gonna get to stepson as well. I like that. Husband, partner. Okay, love it. Good, good, good. He's gonna come in closer. He just says like, "Hi, love. I'm here. I'm really excited to be here." He brings across. I'm just gonna mute this for 1 second, just so you can hear me better. He brings across like a blue bird or something quite blue for me. Is just how he puts it. It flies across like the center of my chest so quickly, and I'm just gonna go into a visual that he's giving me. He brings me immediately into this visual of being like deep in the woods. Like I'm having to go through a bunch of trees and they feel like really, really tall pine trees. And there's a feeling of like a longing to be there, like a wanting to be there. And like it feels very restful to me. And it feels a bit like fall to me. Like he shows me a bunch of dried leaves that are on the ground. Just to let you know, the visual of what he's giving me, kind of with this blue bird that he led me to. Okay, hold on. Probably good. He kind of like has me take a deep breath as though he's having me smell, breathe in some sort of fall like air. Like it's almost like I'm breathing in like the dust from dry leaves. So it feels like fall or autumn is like quite important to him. It also feels like I want to say a happy place, but he kind of corrects me to a very calming place. He's like, I just feel good. Like that's where I feel good. And oh, fine. I'm gonna go into that. And then he goes, okay, my dear, and he just switches topics for me. This is always switch topics, and he's like, I want to talk about Janet. He's really excited for you. He like gets like this, like he's making me feel really excited for you. And this is like good things coming. Sometimes this is money for me, so it's kind of like that, but it's also like this, like good things are kind of being put into the palm of our hands and we're like making it happen, and it's like we want to hold on to it. Have you ever heard of that saying, if you hold on to a penny too tight, you lose it? I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Ooh, I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
Um,
that was interesting.
I don't know what that was. My eyes, I just opened my eyes, and sometimes like Zoom does that too. But just so everyone listening knows and isn't watching the YouTube, there was like sparkles everywhere all of a
Yeah.
sudden. I really liked it. Okay. It's kind of the opposite of that. It's like, don't worry about holding on to things too tight. Like that's life. Like we in life are meant to like hold it and own it and take it and like be with it. Like we're so afraid of making something so incredibly precious that we miss out on the preciousness of it. So he kind of wants to hold you tight, and he's like, I wish I had held you tighter. I wish I had like he knows that you appreciated him, but he's like, gosh, I wish I had shown you more of that. He
He
was like,
did.
I was almost like, yeah, I love it. Good, good, good. He's like, I almost just was like so in love with her, like loved her so, so much that it just makes grief that much harder. I recently read this quote, and it's a few different people say it a few different ways, but Queen Elizabeth said it that the price of love is grief, or it's something around those lines. And he's like, I loved her so much, and so the grief is so much. He's like, but I wouldn't have wanted it. You wouldn't have wanted it either way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's such a privilege to love that deeply. Love it good. Hold on, he's gonna go like this for me. Let me see what that means. Okay, it's a few different things. He's like, well, I want you to tell Janet to like hold on to the things that she's been working towards. Like she's meant to. She's been working towards it. Okay, do you understand this little bit of information where he's like, we've been working so hard for what we've been working towards? I know that's a little bit redundant, well, kind of. And he keeps going like this. I'm just going to keep showing you. Well, there we go. I'm going to show you this hand motion. Actually not sure what it means. It feels good when I do it. I'm going to tell you that it's like an excited, like me excited. I think I'd do this maybe.
Yeah.
He goes like this. It's a feeling of like let's grab onto it. It's a little bit like let's take the there he goes. Let's take the bull by the horns. Like
Okay.
let's do it. Let's live life. Let's keep going. Does that make sense? He does say the last 5 years have been like a game changer for you. Like things have Yeah, gone from down here to up here though. Like you've made things happen. Like from the depths of despair has come some, not because of that, but from there you've made some great things happen since then. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, and he's like, I'm so proud of her, and he like wants to give you like a big kiss. It feels really good. Feels really good. I can love you good. Hold on, he's gonna come in a little bit closer. Do you understand a bit of like a lumberjack reference or something like that?
Not really, but he was always my stability. So,
Oh, I like
they're
that.
big and strong, and he always took care of
Yeah.
me. So, yeah,
I love that. Just remember, I said lumberjack. I'm gonna give
lumberjack.
you. It's like a Paul Bunyan sort of look to me, where he puts on like a red flannel,
Awesome.
and like feels really strong, and like shows me an axe, and then he kind of brings me back to those woods as though he's like doing something with the trees, not necessarily cutting them down, but just enjoying being there. And then he does give me a slight reference to an owl, like a wise owl. Um, and just to give you like a bunch of the things that trickled in my mind that I was like, can you tell me more about that? And he just sometimes they give me this thing that's like, just tell her about it. And even if it's not making sense right now, it's my job to give it to you and hopefully it makes sense later.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay, good, good, good. Mm. Okay. He does, fine, there we go. He does go and thank you for taking care of me. He says especially like the last, I think he goes back to 5. He said 5 years, but now I think he means 5 days. Like last 5 days of life. Thank you for taking care of me. Like it was, he kind of says you had to do some manual labor and that it was like a lot to work through at first, but then last 5 days is like a lot of work, but we're also feeling it and we're knowing it's coming and just like a thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for being with me is how he puts it. Does that make sense? Do you understand like having to either like he kind of gives me a reference to like bed sores or it's like that idea of like we're having to move him a little bit. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So he's like, just thank you. Like it was the reverse role that he wanted to. He's like, I would have rather have been taking care of you, not under those circumstances, but like that was
Yeah.
the plan. And man, like we had to switch plans, is how he puts it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And then he goes like this for me, which is like, hey, Haley, now skip over some of that and jump to now. And he wants to talk more about you now. And he says, and he's kind of bragging on you. He's like, and then look at Janet now. Like she, okay, fine, has made the leaps and bounds, but then he does go like this. He says, you're using the money in the right way. And like, please keep using the money in
Oh,
in the
wow.
ways that you want to. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Good. He's like, keep going. Like let's have fun, sort of feeling around it, just to
Okay.
let you know. Okay, good, 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 good. Have you also passed down something or he passed down something to someone in a younger generation? He goes like younger, like there's also somebody feels like a child of y'all's or of his or yours, that's fine. Um, that things are like went to or are going to.
Well, I've done his bequeaths to the grandchildren, so
Okay.
that's probably what it is. And to the grandchild that wasn't born when he died, so he never met her. So I
Okay.
gave her one too.
Oh, I love that. I think that's what we're talking about. The one. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, she's like the spitting image of him. It's really sort of spooky. It's like, oh my God.
I love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
I love it.
communicated through her a lot. So,
Oh, you got it. Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna ask for stories about that in a second. I love it because he's like just talking about the one. And he's there for all of them, just to make it completely clear. He's like, of course, like love to all of them, but he starts to kind of hone in on like things being passed down to this one. And so like whatever your intuition is telling you around that is perfect. He's a fast talker. Do you understand that? He's like, let's get through this. Let me get everything that I want in there. Like, yeah,
Just
like let me tell her how much I love her. Like we only have so much time, Haley. Like this is important. I like the way he communicates. So he's actually very polite to me. They all are in spirit, but he feels like a very polite man, like very respectful of women, very like, oh, like let's see what this is. Very open too. Like, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I sit with men, sometimes they come in and sit with me, and some of them are absolutely wonderful and great. Some of them can be very closed off. He's like, not me, I'm not closed off. He's like, I'm curious about absolutely everything. Like, not a life experience he would say no to. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Do you have any questions for him?
No, I'm just trying to find my way forward. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think he just says, like, right as you're asking that or saying that, rather, he says it's just going to take time. Like, you know
yeah,
that. He knows
yeah,
that. He goes, I
yeah.
am with you. I know I brought up an owl before, but he brings up that blue color again, like that blue bird or something with blue wings. I could even extend that to, like, um, yeah, all right, I'm gonna say that. Blue. He did like is there like an indigo royal blue is very important to him. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. That is just a way for him to like show connection to you. Like it will, I think it will make sense over time, or he's welcome to bring it up more in the reading. But he loves you so much. Thank you for letting me connect in with him.
Yeah,
Are you okay if I connect in with stepson and mom? Like,
definitely. Yeah. And it'll be interesting what the mom says, which of the moms it is.
which of the moms? I love it. We will see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on stepson real quick because he just kind of comes in and he kind of came in with partner and was like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is this partner's son
This
or
is
is it?
this is this is my husband's son. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
husband who has passed away, son, right?
uh-huh.
Okay, this is husband for some reason. This is
Yeah. Okay.
stepson. So, I love it. Good, good, good. He does go like right away. He goes, well, I want to let her know that like I'm okay. Like I'm okay here on the other side. Like he goes, we came in together to show you that we're together. Like that feeling right here. He also says, thank you for taking care of me. Like for loving me in a way that like I kind of didn't know how to accept in the moment, but can see now where it was coming from and how you meant it and just thank you is how he puts it. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
He says, I needed that in life, and I'm very happy to have had it from you. Like, you were such an easy person you're such an easy person that gives lovely. There we go. You're the kind of person that gives love so easily, and thank you for like letting me be a part of that circle, is how he puts it. He does say, I'm very sorry for the way I passed, is how he puts it. Like, I made it really hard on the family and it's not easy. Sometimes when I get this feeling or this something feeling, I can understand that there's somebody that likely took their own life or were responsible for the way they died. Does that make sense?
Yeah. He was
So
overdosed.
he's
It
like,
was an overdose.
the
Yeah.
overdose. Yeah. So he's like, I'm sorry. This is a little bit of like hunkering down. That's just him. He only does that to show me what it
Right.
was like for him in this past lifetime.
Yeah.
He says, that's on me. And I'm sorry that the family had to deal with that. He goes, of course, I wish that I had made better choices, but I am okay where I am now. He's
Good.
like, I'm
That's
not
good to
stuck
know.
anywhere. I'm just a soul being now. I'm with dad. I feel good. I'm okay, is how he puts it.
Yeah. I
Um,
figured he had helped his dad during the transition because that came
yeah.
to me.
Yeah. And that blue color might even have something more to do with stepson for some reason. He brings it up again. Like it's this flash that keeps coming right across my eyes. So just keep that in mind too.
Okay.
And it could be something that they might have shared, but lovely good. He does say, he's like, if I didn't say it ever in life, I love you, is how he puts it. He's like, I need you to know that.
Thank you.
Lovely good, good, good. Does he leave like a baby behind? Or is
Yes.
there, okay, because
Yes.
he goes, you have to, or is there two of them?
One.
One that's okay. Oh, I don't know what that is.
Here we go. Sparkles again. Confetti.
Yeah, it's like celebrating. This is for some reason. I asked for two. I asked if it was two because all of a sudden he puts two hands up, but that's okay. He goes like this. He starts like rocking the baby. And just like look what I created, look what I made. Like there's so much love I'm watching over. Mm. Everyone, everyone, everyone. Okay, look. Do you have any questions for him?
Is there any guidance I need to give Brooklyn
Guides you need to give Brooke. Beautiful, beautiful,
or
beautiful.
Layla?
I like that. Wait, I'm gonna ask you a funny question. Do you mean guides like spirit guides? Like guides you need to give?
or anything, whatever. Does he have any words, anything I need to impart to Layla or Brooklyn?
I'm gonna tell you something funny. At first, that's how I took it. I was like, oh, like guidance. But then he's
Okay.
like, oh, then he goes, Haley, did you hear what she asked? Like guides. And he had me reinterpret it in this way of, ooh, like that's such an interesting idea that we humans, like here living this life, can give people guides. And he just had me go down this whole cascade of, yeah, like tell her to like send us sometimes. Like if she's worried about them, tell her to send me. Like, hey, go be
Okay.
with. Like almost like a mom would. Like, hey, come on, go be with Brooklyn and Layla. Like I need you to
Okay.
go be over there. I love it good.
Okay.
And then he says also, I think he means this as a joke, but it's like send a puppy or a dog. Does that make sense to you?
Send a puppy or a dog. Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
I wouldn't. I mean, I was like, me as
Yeah.
a parent, I'm like, no, people better not be sending me puppies or dogs. But I think that there's something to that, maybe even guide wise. Like, if you had a favorite dog that you're like, oh, like the kids would have loved um, this dog, you can even kind of send that too. I think that's truly how he means it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, or maybe sweet puppy energy or something like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that too. This is the first time anything like this has come across in a reading of like that idea of like sending people. Like, hey, like,
Hmm.
but it is true, like we can tell
Request. Yeah.
them, yeah. And like they are no matter what anyways, but sometimes it's helpful to be like, hey, look, Brooklyn, I'm sending you like him today. I'm sending you whoever today.
Yeah.
This guide, my guide, even like a guide that you personally have that you've connected in with that isn't from this lifetime, be like, I don't actually need you today. Can you go be with someone else?
Yeah.
Um, I like that idea a lot. But hold on, I'm going to focus just a little bit. I'm going to do this silence. Brooklyn or Layla. I love those names. He kind of goes like this, like they've got it, like they're very both like headstrong, they have opinions, like doing very, very well is how he puts it. He gets kind of like proud, very, very proud about that. Doing very, very well. Oh, that's lovely. He just says, show them I love them. Like, and that's a little bit more like you even giving them like big hugs. I know that's like just so obvious, but he's like, that's what means the most to him on the other side right now. He's just like
Okay.
showing them. Um, I am going to ask you a funny little question now. He goes, Brooklyn in school is like a little bit of like is there like a switch of school coming up or something like that?
Well, she's a senior in high school, so she's
Okay.
choosing colleges. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. So there's like a switch. So there's like a have her call on me to help with that. She wouldn't naturally think of me, is how he puts it, but like have her
Exactly.
call on me to help with that. He's like, because I see so much more now that I'm on the other side that I can come in and help her make that decision or decisions or feel good about the decision she's already made, is what
Okay.
it feels like.
Yeah.
Um, he says like the big brave decision she's kind of already made. Like let's go with that. Let's go with that is how he puts it.
Yeah.
That does come across in readings a lot. It's like, ooh, like what's the big brave one that we're a little scared of, but it excites us for some reason. And he's like, that's kind of the decision. That's where we're going with it. And I'll help
Yep.
her feel good about it. She can do it, is what he says. Like even if it takes her further away from home or further away from family, she can do it. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um, good for her soul. That's what he
Yeah.
says. Yeah. And your husband will be there with her too. He kind of comes and
Okay.
he's like, I want to help with that too. I'm too.
Okay.
He brings across that wise owl sort of image, like a little bit like she gets that from me, that smart brain.
Yeah.
That's from me, is how he puts it. Other people too, but he's like, I can claim that a little bit. Are you okay if I connect in with your mom real quick?
Sure.
Okay. And I know that you mentioned that there might be two moms on the other side. And of course there are. Like everybody that we know who has passed away and is on the other side comes forward in readings. Sometimes I'll get like one coming before the other one for who knows what reason, because they have something more relevant to say, maybe.
One's a surrogate mom and one's a mom. So
Good. Lovely, good. Okay. This to me feels like the mom that we had the most experience with. Like it
Okay.
feels very motherly and soft and nurturing to me. For some reason, I feel as though that might be surrogate mom. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um,
It's actually my
and
aunt, but she was more my mom than my mom. Yeah.
okay, I love it.
Yeah.
And it just feels lovely. Like she comes in like this. It's this soft energy that comes in and like wants to hug you or like even hold your hand just like that. Like it
Yeah.
feels really good. And like if you were to imagine, this is there we go. If you were to imagine holding Aunt's hand, it feels really good. Like, oh,
Yeah.
like I'm holding her hand. And then if you were to hold Mom's hand, it might feel just a little odd. Like just a little like it doesn't quite make sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's just a different way of connecting. And they don't have hurt feelings about it on the other side. It's just like, ooh, look who's coming forward. And the minute I go like, they kind of made me go like this. I'm like, oh, it feels good. Okay. Like I can understand. They did that on purpose. Be like, yeah, like that's who we're with. So I'm just going to talk with Aunt first. Would you have called her Auntie by any chance?
No, just call her Aunt Lou.
Aunt
Just
Lou.
Lou.
Okay. I have an auntie, like I have aunts and then I have an auntie, and my auntie is the one that I'm closest with, so I think that's why it keeps popping up in my mouth. I'm like, I can understand that
Sure.
relationship. Love it. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. She's really happy to be here. She goes, I'm all well and good, but you connect in with me often, is what she says. Like I've been with you for a really, really long time in passing, and you feel me, you see me, you connect in with me often. Does that make sense to you?
Mhm.
She's like,
Yeah.
there's so many things that remind Janet of me. And it's so fun to like sometimes when we do that, when we see things are like, oh my gosh, like she would have loved this or that reminds me of her. That's them being like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know it, she knows it. So that connection just works much more naturally. The other connections like to stepson and husband work too, but there's just a little bit more like grief there sometimes. And so sometimes it's harder to recognize it where Aunt is like, it's so easy for her to connect in with me. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So she touches the back of my neck. So she's become one of the like main guides for you. She does talk about you having five main guides. I'm not sure why. Five has come up well, there we go. Fine. Quite a few times in the reading. Five to me means like constant change or changes happening for the better, for the good. Now, sometimes there's like the dip, like the bad thing that happens, but then we get this like really good change that comes after it. And they're just really proud of you for recognizing that and for going with it. Does that make sense? And that's like specifically from the aunt. Okay, hold on. Really good. She just says like, thank you for letting me be close with you, even though I didn't get like time with you always. Like I come in and out and I have some other things that I need to do. But when I do come in, thank you for letting me come in. Does that make sense? Like even in life, like even
Oh, in
in,
life, definitely. Yeah.
yeah, she's like, thank you for just like being so excited to see me because I'm always so excited to see you. She goes like this to me. Did you look quite like your aunt? Yeah, I love it. Good, good,
Yeah.
good. This is beautiful. Are you okay if I connect in with your biological mom
Hmm.
real quick? She goes, I'm different here on the other side. They do that for me all the time. They're like, this is who I am on the other side. This is who I was here. And I'm just going to do this silent thing real quick. Oh, there we go. Okay. And so she goes, here's me on the other side coming forward for you. And she's like, I just want to let you know that it's like so incredibly loving and supportive and understanding. She goes, here's me in life, and I didn't quite have it all together, is how she puts it. I get a bit of like an alcoholism or something like that. Does that make sense to you? And she's like, I'm so sorry for that. And I'm sorry that you had to be more of the mom and I was more of the one you were taking care of, is how she puts
Yep.
it. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Um,
yes.
and she's like, even from teeny tiny little age, like I want to say 4. Does that make sense to you?
It was
Yeah.
4. Yep.
Yeah. Teeny tiny. And she's kind of telling me, she's like, Hailey, can you believe it? Can you believe that that's how it was for her? And I'm just so sorry. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. She's like, I tried to get better and I just couldn't. Like it was a disease that truly took over me.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that made your childhood non-existent. She just goes, childhood, no childhood. Um, She is proud of the changes, there we go, and the boundaries that you made as an adult, like 18 up. She's
Yeah.
like, things change because Janet needed to start taking care of herself, her own life. Um, and not me and siblings. I think she puts a few siblings around you. Does that make sense?
I don't have any siblings, but there were a lot of people around that I also had to take care of. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm like, it feels like there's other
Yeah.
people she's taking care of. Yeah. Yeah, at least two. For some reason, this is mom, and she's like, one, two, taking care of this. Okay, love it. Good, good, good. She's just gonna come a little bit closer. She gives you like a kiss on your forehead. She also says, you were also there for me when I passed, though, and I can't thank you enough for that. Does that make sense?
Well,
And that's
interestingly
okay.
enough, she committed suicide, so I wasn't there, but I
Okay.
was there afterwards. So yeah, you know.
Okay. Do you remember like a kiss on the forehead? Something like that? And it's okay if you don't. If you're like, no, that didn't happen. There's no
Not
worries
really. I
about
mean,
it.
I'm sure she did during my lifetime, but I'm not particularly remembering a specific.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I'll make it a little more specific, and it still won't make sense, which is fine. If she's
Okay.
talking about something near her passing, or close to her passing, or quite possibly right after her passing, where you would have kissed her forehead. Um, and don't worry about it if you're like, that doesn't like resonate right now or at all or ever. But I'm just gonna give it to you. Hold on,
I
I'm gonna
probably
see.
would have if they hadn't already cremated her by the time I got there.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
that she would have felt that want
Yeah.
then, would have felt that
Yeah.
want, and I like that. And there is like and that's okay. I understand you weren't there when she actually passes, but I am going to say that one more time just in case it resonates later. Hold on, I'm going to grab onto it. It is like a thank you for being there for me, like towards end of life or when I pass or right after I pass is fine too. I know that's kind of vague because it didn't quite land, but it came, that's fine. She's like, just say it anyways. But hopefully that makes sense in a little bit, or maybe listening back on it. And she just says, she like wants to bring you in close and give you now like a kiss on your forehead. And she just goes, thank you for communicating with me even now. Like, thank you for accepting who I can be here on the other side. Like, not from this reading by any means, but like you've kind of come to this conclusion well before. Like, you can understand who she is on the other side now. Does that make sense? And she just says, I'm watching over you. She calls you her little angel baby.
Interesting.
And she's like, I'm watching over you. Do you have any questions for her or Aunt?
Just anything they think I need to know going forward. It's all about going forward, y'all.
We go like this, like she knows it. It's kind of like a chugging, like of a train for some
Yeah.
reason. They're like, she knows that she has to go forward. It is a bit of an effort right now. Like, it feels sometimes tiresome or it feels like, okay, gosh, but I have to like do this, this, and this first. Or like, yes, you're right. You do have to do like some of these things first. Or like, but once the train gets going, it's gonna go. They go, so your job right now is to put one foot in front of the other. Your job right now is to keep going no matter what. Like you need to, you have a vision for what life would feel like if you, for your own self, were to say, oh, if I were to live life to its fullest, it would look like blank. And you have that vision out in front of you for a reason and you are actively moving towards it. So it's going to be that, if not better. And they say, like, your only job right now is to keep the train wheels like geared forward. If it ever feels like it's going backwards or stopped for a little bit, that's fine. Of course, like we all need moments like that. It just means that the next time the train gets started, it's going to go a little bit faster because you gave yourself a little break, some time to rest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But specifically from your mom and your aunt, they're like, oh, fine, I'll say that. Then your husband comes in, your stepson comes in. I think there's like another male presence that comes in too. But it's like your job right now, lovely, some grandparents. Your job right now is to keep moving forward, to go, to go, to go, to go, to go. They also say, don't forget to travel, is how they put it. Like is it Ireland or Scotland or something like that?
I've been to both, but yeah,
Oh,
I'm
lovely.
starting to gear up to start traveling again. I haven't traveled internationally since all of them died. So
Okay. Perfect. So wherever it is, and I love that you've been to both of those
the last
places.
two
And if it's
died.
like, if I'm going to go somewhere else, I think that's perfect. But I think it's like that feeling of what you would have felt like going to those places that could land in a completely different place if you want. But just remember how much like fun that was. And even, like trips, like you go on a really big long trip, it's actually a lot of work. And you're like, gosh, it's going to be like actually tiresome to go on this vacation, or this trip. They're like, yeah, but it's worth it. Like you'll never regret going. You might regret not going, but you'll never regret going.
Yeah.
So there's like a little bit of a push to go to do that as well. Um, what did they did. For some reason, I just said as well as though those were like two different things. Like, but what they do is they put work and travel kind of in conjunction with each other too at some point in the future. Like there's something that can be combined, is how they put it.
That would be my ideal world, sure.
Yeah, perfect. And that, like that future vision that you have of yourself, that's like, this would be great, this would be ideal. They're like that, that. And you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and we'll help take care of the rest. We'll help put things in place at the right time. You do what you can today, tomorrow, the next day. We'll take care of the next year, is how they put it.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions for me, Janet?
I don't think so. What do you need now after this is done? I mean, I'm in research too, so there's always
Oh,
whatever.
cool. Yeah. Well, so the research team is Dr. Beth Sundstrom and Dr. Melinda Rophouse, and they'll send you a survey after this.
Okay.
And I don't see them. So I don't see the survey you filled out before this or the survey after. And then I think there's another one, don't hold me to it, but it's either like 6 months or 9 months or a year out. But then there's like one more like longer term one,
Okay.
that they'll send you, and you just have to fill those out, and that's it. And then beyond that, you're welcome. I say this to all my clients. You're welcome to just email me with any questions you have. I'll forget the reading for the most part. You can remind me of parts of it and I can try to answer it. But especially if you have questions around like, hey, like I feel this person around, how can I connect in with them deeper? I'm happy to share any resources with you, or any question about at all. Truly, email is the best way to get a hold of me. Um, and that has nothing to do with the research project. I'll just answer you.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. This has been
Thank
lovely.
you.
Yeah, it's interesting. So,
Yeah.
wow.
Do you have, do you have anything that you would like the listeners to hear about you? I know you said that you weren't quite sure if you wanted like a place to follow you yet or anything, but if there is down the line, you just let us know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do geriatric case management and I'm into end of life. So I'm finishing up my PhD in mind body medicine so I can do end of life, hopefully write books and things like that because it's been my passion for about 20 years. And now I have
Oh,
a
love
totally
that.
different perspective of it, having lost my husband and my aunt. So it's been pretty poignant. And so
Yeah.
it's the next stage, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna reach out to you actually separately maybe soon. I just started a new business venture with Court Bechtel of Pack Supply, and it has a lot to do with end of life services and things like that.
Okay,
So I'd love
cool.
to
That's yeah, it's really wonderful. I just got back from the Association of Death Education and Counseling Conference in Albuquerque
yeah.
this past week. And that was
Wow.
all about, it was so rich. It was so rich.
I
And
love that.
it's really neat. It's sort of those are my people. So we'll
Oh, I
figure out
love that.
something with that, you know? So yes, I'd
Yeah.
love to hear from you. Yeah, that would be great.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being a part of this research and for being here today and for being so open. It makes a big difference to like me as a psychic medium alone, but it makes like a huge difference to our whole community. And thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. And thank you so much, Janet, for being on and for sharing all of that with us. I'm so excited to reconnect with you soon. And you guys just heard a little bit of it on here, but I am starting a new brand with Court Bechtel of Pack Supply. You guys have seen her stuff around Charleston, South Carolina. So go ahead and give Pack Supply a follow on Instagram at Pax Supply on Instagram. And then I think their website is actually at pax_supply.com. I'm going to check right now. Oh, no. Yeah, no, pax-supply.com. Okay. And Our brand is focused on grief and loss and a lot of the things that we talk about here on the podcast. By the time this is aired, you might have heard me talk about it a little bit more anyways. But you can follow me at Hailey Fennel on Instagram to find out more about that and how you can help those who are grieving. And you can also email me if you have any questions about it at Hailey@HaileyFennel.com. It is the most helpful if you guys like, review, and subscribe this podcast. It helps other people find it. And if you would send it to a friend, I would love it. There are so many different episodes on readings. This is going to be one of the last readings. I'm going to say that in a little bit of a different way because the research readings are kind of something separate. There are going to be a few more readings on the podcast that aren't necessarily for the College of Charleston research team. But the podcast is evolving more into conversation. So we are looking for people who are open to talking about their grief or have stories about how they celebrated those who have passed away, either funerals or celebrations of life, happy, sad, all of the in between. If you have any questions about it, just email me. If you think that you're right for the podcast, or even if you think you're not right, you might be, but you're open and willing to being on the mic, let me know. It can be here. This is a program called Riverside. Shout out to Riverside, and it can also be in person. So reach out if you have any questions about that, or send this episode to a person that you think would be a good candidate. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I love you all, and I hope that you enjoyed.